Have you ever seen destruction so strange that it feels unreal? When the molasses finally stopped moving, Boston's North End looked like a battlefield covered in syrup. The streets were buried under a thick, dark layer of molasses waist deep in some places. Everything was sticky. Everything smelled sweet. Rescuers worked through the night. Firefighters, police officers, soldiers, and volunteers came from all over the city. But moving through the mess was nearly impossible. Every step was a struggle. Boots got stuck, equipment jammed, and even horses couldn't move through the thick sludge. They used boats to search for survivors, but many were already trapped beneath the debris. Some were pulled out alive, covered head to toe in syrup, gasping for air, but others weren't so lucky. The flood had destroyed homes, crushed wagons, and left families shattered. When daylight came, the scale of the disaster was clear. 21 people had lost their lives. More than 150 were injured. Buildings were splintered and thrown across the street. Rescue workers described the smell of molasses mixing with the cold winter air, clinging to everything it touched. Then came the cleanup, and it was a nightmare of its own. Workers used salt water and sand to try to dissolve the syrup. Fire hoses sprayed for days, but the molasses simply spread further, sticking to walls, sidewalks, and anything it touched. Even after the streets were cleared, people said their shoes stuck to the ground for weeks. The harbor turned brown, and for months afterward, every time it rained, Boston smelled faintly of molasses. Some locals even claimed that for decades, on hot summer days, you could still catch that same sugary scent in the air. The city would eventually return to normal, but the story of the Great Molasses Flood was far from over. As the cleanup ended, another storm was just beginning, a battle for truth and justice that would expose greed, neglect, and one of the biggest cover-ups of its time. The story is not over yet. To know what happens next, don't miss part 4, the final part of this video. If you love this video, hit that like button and subscribe to my page. Seeing you in part 4.